Welcome to the Harjit and Prayer Show with your host, Harjit and Prayer.
How are you doing?
Hey, Prayer. What's up? What's up?
Nothing is up. Everything is good. How about you?
Good. Everything is good.
Awesome.
Thank God.
That's good to hear. Yeah,
Uh,
I'm happy. My football team is undefeated thus far.
oh,
My college football team, that is Alabama. You know, I'm an Alabama fan.
I see. I
So,
see.
yep. So, yeah, everything drives off of that at the
That's
moment.
good.
No, I mean not really, but good news for those people that are concerned. No issues with clowns. So,
Go save from clowns, huh?
yeah, I just wanted to invite them over for salad, and nobody came.
No takers. No takers. Yeah.
Yeah, so I've given up on that.
I see. I see.
All right.
Anyway, yeah.
So
What was it? Halloween's right around the corner, right?
yeah,
Another
and
week.
yep. The I don't know about you, but we call them rail trails around here, where it used to be old railroads, which they took the tracks off, and it's now a trail.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
some of it's paved, some of it is not. And they're
Right.
doing today is Thursday, so tomorrow they're doing a night walk where you can go out on the trail and hang out. There's going to be a whole bunch of people there. It's like a fundraiser for something.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and so I really like this time of year in New York
Okay.
because of cool things like that.
Yeah.
So and the
Well, you know what the big news here is in Vermont today? Joe Biden is in town.
Joe Biden, sweet.
Joe, Vice President Joe Biden,
Oh, cool.
and you know, traffic was a little chaotic at the end of the day today. They were closing out roads and
Oh my
for his
gosh.
motorcade. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And he's here for some charity. I think some cancer organization, something like that, to raise funds. So
That's
he's
cool.
doing good. I mean, it's a good thing.
Yeah,
So,
I'm not like into the whole
nah.
political thing, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't have no favorable or negative things to say about him. But he seems like a funny guy. I did see him on Colbert
Yeah.
several months ago, and everybody in the audience was saying, "Run for president, run for." He's like, no, no, no." But he was just funny. Like
Yeah.
it's hard to believe.
Well, we don't get too many high-profile people coming to Vermont. So whenever one does, it's like, oh, this is cool. So,
Vice President Cheney likes to come hunting by us.
ah,
Yep. So when traffic is gnarly,
you know he's there.
you have to ask. And actually, it's my neighbor, not my neighbor, my coworker's backyard on the other side of the mountain is where they go hunting. So it's especially for him, he knows right away.
I see.
So anyway,
All
so
right.
I've been wanting to ask you about what are your thoughts on the new System Center Configuration Manager? Honestly, I don't even know like what version to call it. I just know that it's referred to as current branch all the time, but like is
Yeah.
it 2016 or like what are we supposed to call
No,
it?
no, no.
So
It's not
teach me.
2016 anymore. It's just straight up config manager,
Okay.
current branch, or before it used to be called config manager 2012 R2 SP1 and things like that, and now it's just straight up config manager, and you're on whatever current branch version. So the first current branch version was 1511. Obviously, you know the dates, right?
Yep.
November 2015.
Hmm.
That's the year and then the month. So just recently, they released the 1606 version,
Wow.
and so what happens is they've been releasing like 1602, in that sense, but you had to install the 1511 version first. That was your base.
Okay.
Okay. So, but what they've done now is that they've released a 1606 version, and that now can become the base if you're installing from new.
Okay. Cool.
So if, for example, if you're upgrading, if you have your config manager environment server 22, config manager 2012 R2 on server 2008 R2. In the past, you would install 1511 first, and then do your in-place, what they call those,
Servicing updates or something like
servicing
that?
updates. Yep,
Okay.
it's under the update and servicing node, and then you would do your your next upgrades that way, your 1602 and stuff like that, 1606. So now if you're planning to do your upgrades, you just go straight up to your 1606.
That's cool.
So, yeah, so it bypasses a few versions.
So they're following the same naming convention as Windows, where now it's just Windows. You don't really call it Windows 10; it's just Windows. So we're just going to call it Configuration Manager, and then you have to understand what branch, CB, you are on. That's cool.
System Center Configuration Manager, it's better known as Config Manager. That's what the proper term is, or what they prefer, but it's still referred by many as SCCM. So
I didn't
SCCM
know that.
Config Manager, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I had no idea. That's the first time I've ever heard that. Interesting.
Yeah.
Cool.
So anyways, so I'm gonna be looking away a bit here because I'm gonna pull up some quick notes here. So 1606, the site version is 5.08412.1000, and if you install the hotfix that's also available through the servicing portal or node, which is the KB3184153. That brings you up to 5.08412.1205. All right, so that's the versioning.
Okay.
And then with 1606, what is very interesting is that when you're doing your upgrade, you have two options now, just like Windows 10, which you have the current branch and you have the long-term servicing branch.
For Configuration Manager.
Configuration Manager.
Wow, okay.
But it is highly recommended that you do the current branch and stay away from the long-term servicing branch. So current branch gets you, if you're update with your licensing and things like that, you'll get your regular updates, you'll get your features, you'll get all that fun stuff as they push that out. Long-term servicing branch, you only get critical hotfixes.
For Configuration Manager.
Long-term servicing branch, yes. So long-term servicing branch, the only reason you would use that is if you are on software assurance license agreement, and your license, your software has expired, your licensing has expired. That's when you stay on long-term servicing branch, because you're not going to get the next versions until
Got it. So LTSB is meant for when, for whatever reason, you decide not to renew your software assurance, because at that point you're not allowed to be on the recent updates and things like that. That's interesting. This is the first time I'm hearing about that, so I was curious. I wonder why on earth there would be a LTSB for Config Manager, but that makes sense. So,
that makes sense.
Okay, you're kind of subscribing to it, and then they're trusting you to switch to LTSB if you fall out of compliance.
Right.
Okay.
And the other thing is, in order for you to get the latest 1606 download, you can get it from MSDN, you can get it from the volume licensing site, and what you really want to look for is when you want to search for System Center Configuration Manager, and you'll get different versions of it, stuff like that. What you want is the one that's called System Center Configuration Manager and Endpoint Protection, version 1606, x86 and x64, and DVD and whatever it says, multi-languages.
Okay.
So that's the version you want to download and install.
Got it.
All right. And then, so I'll just read up a little bit about the, features of the current branch and the LTSB.
Okay.
And what's the pros and cons, I guess.
Is this all in your Power Word?
Oh, it's awesome, man.
Power Word is awesome.
I'm gonna use that every time I do a speaking engagement.
Power word? Oh man.
Power word, and I'm gonna have that purple screen and
Yeah. For
yeah,
tiny presentations, you use Power Tiny Point, but for big things,
right,
you want to use Power Word.
power word.
Awesome.
So all right, so what we got? Features of current branch receives in-console updates when they're made available. Receives in-console updates that deliver security and quality fixes. Out-of-band updates. Can interoperate with Microsoft Intune and cloud services. Supports upgrade from previous versions of Config Manager, and so on and so forth. So basically, you get the all the latest and greatest with
Right.
current branch. Long-term servicing branch. I said it only gives you hot fixes, and you only use it when your software assurance subscription expires after October 1st, 2016, which is already passed.
Hmm.
Okay, so limitations of LTSB is supported for 10 years of critical security updates after general availability, which is October 2016. Supports a limited set list of server and client OS and related technologies like SQL. So you're limited in functionality.
Okay.
And does not receive updates for new features. So you're screwed there.
Hmm.
Does not support adding Intune subscriptions.
Okay.
That means you can't do MDM, Intune MDM or on-prem. And it does not support use of Windows 10 servicing dashboard.
Oh wow.
Right. So basically, you want to stay away from it if you can.
Right.
That's what even the config manager team has put out a tweet on Twitter that stay away from that if you have to.
Yeah. It almost sounds like the only person or organization that would use this is if they're managing machines that are not being updated regularly. That's what it kind of sounds like to me.
Yep, that's what
Okay.
it sounds like. Yeah. So, and finally, so if anyone that's trying to upgrade from Server 2008 R2 and wants to move up to 2012 R2, we've got until December 31st for support, because after that, you're not going to be getting any new versions of Config Manager until you move up to the new
Okay.
OS.
Got it.
So time is running short. And there's a great blog post that I came across yesterday that details exactly the steps you need to do. You need to remove the sub role, and then remove WSUS 3.0, and then upgrade your OS, and then re-add your roles and things like that. So what I'll do is what we'll do is we'll post some of these links under our video. It'll be right below, and probably in the description and stuff like that. So
That's cool. Yeah, you had a big project for this because you were on 2008 R2, and so you had a lot of things to get updated, and you had to really methodically follow the process. No shortcuts in that one. This was serious.
no shortcuts.
This was a serious thing. So
Yeah.
okay.
And that's why you have your environment in a VM, and so that you can take snapshots before you make a
Yep.
a sudden change, and
Definitely.
and I had to do that too, and I had to revert back, and a few times when I was upgrading SQL, and that was I ran into some error which I can remember right now. And I researched it. It was like, oh yeah, you got to go and add this permission, but now you can't do it because you already got it installed. And
Oh no.
it was like, yeah, some role and things like that you had to change before you could do it.
Okay.
And it affected, I think, the SSRS and the reporting components.
Got it.
So I reverted back, made those changes, then I did my upgrade. It was just perfect.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I love snapshots.
I know, man. It's a
Oh
lifesaver.
man, it's amazing. That
So yeah, so that's that for Config Manager, and I love the new builds, and the updates are pretty seamless and straightforward, and when you get a new update that's available in the servicing node, and you can install the update, and then you can push out the latest client to your pre-production collection or something like that. So you can choose a collection
right.
instead of affecting everybody. And once you know that it's not rebooting machines because there's a new prerequisite, it's not affecting people. They don't see it, and that's when you can push it out to production.
That's cool. Right, because with 2012 R2, you kind of have to do it manually, set up your different collections, and then you have to methodically roll out the client to make sure it doesn't get
exactly.
But now it automates a lot of that for you.
Right.
That's
right.
cool.
2012, you had to do the packaging stuff, right? You had to use the packaging method. Now you don't have to. So
sweet.
Just kind of it's pretty cool. So that's that for Config Manager, man.
That's cool.
And and as always, I have a ton of information posted in Tech Connect. And I'm always posting on my Twitter feed and Tech Connect feeds, and so if anybody wants to keep up with this and know more, then go to facebook.com/group/Tech Connect with a K. So
cool. Yeah. That group has solved many problems for me and saved me costs from calling like Microsoft professional support.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you know what, let me just post it here, and then of course there's the answer. Like, oh, that is amazing. Very, very cool.
And I just had someone yesterday who messaged me privately and said, it's that group has been a lifesaver, and it's one of the first things that they check,
Cool.
In the morning before they start work, so that they know what fires they need to fight and stuff like that. So
right, and it's just so people know who are new to us, it's just not Harjit posting stuff. It's you contribute as well. So it's I feel like it's a true.
It's a community thing.
Yeah. So everybody's and as the time zones change, you can see where people are, because it's like, oh wow, Brazil just came online, because now you're seeing these. It's pretty neat. Right. It's pretty cool. So check it out for sure.
Yeah. So what else are we gonna talk about, man?
You wanted to show me something.
Yeah. So, I want to share. This is.
I don't like it.
You don't like Sriracha?
It's too sweet.
Okay. So I've got something else for you, but this is always with me. Okay. So this is the big bottle, and what's this? 28 ounce. But I've got the smaller bottle, and then I've got the travel size, the little one that goes on your keychain.
Oh my gosh.
So I've got one at work, I've got one in my car. I use it on everything, even my salads. And it's just, I just can't eat without spicy. I mean, I find the food really bland regardless. Yep. So I just need to flavor it up and spice it up and things like that. But for you, if you don't like this, then you want this one that's called Sambal Oelek.
Okay.
Okay, this is great. So I'm not sure you can see, but you can see like little, you see the seeds, the chili seeds?
Yeah.
So it's not as smooth as this one, which is all grounded, like grinded up, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or blended, whatever you want to call it. This one here, you got the seeds and stuff, and it's not sweet.
Got it. So they don't add any sugar to it.
No.
Okay.
And it's really good.
Where is it made?
Oh my God, you had to ask, right? I think it's made in California.
Okay.
Actually, I think it's the same. Yeah, it's made by the same folks.
No way.
Yeah, iPhone.
I bet people were like, man, you just got to make an unsweetened version of that. I have to go try that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like Sriracha is definitely good, but for my own taste, it's just too sweet. So
right. So usually when we have like fried rice and things like that, will use this. So you adjust depending on the type of food you eat.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting. And another version of this, it's called garlic. It has garlic in it.
Okay.
So garlic chili sauce or something like that. So it's got some garlic flavor which you can, it helps with some of your foods, I guess.
Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna definitely look for that.
Yeah, Sambal Oelek.
Cool.
It sounds Indonesian. So sambal is technically Malay or Indonesian for, chili paste kind of a thing.
Got it.
Yeah.
There's a great documentary on Netflix on the origins of the Sriracha sauce.
Oh yes, yes.
It's not that long, but it was fascinating to watch. And like when the truck came with all the peppers, and I'm like, oh my goodness, every day.
Every day, and it's directly from the farm right to, and the farm is like, I think it's like really close to the factory too.
Yes.
So they don't lose quality,
right,
and stuff like that. So
amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Cool.
Anyways, so
well, thanks everybody for joining. And like we said last time, we're gonna be doing this more regularly now that we have recovered from Ignite flu and just got caught up with work and stuff like that. So keep looking out. Please subscribe so that we know that people are watching and that want to see more.
And let us know, what do you want us to talk about next? You know, and give us some feedback on, right down below our videos, and or contact us, and through Twitter or Facebook or whatever it is, and tell us, hey, it'd be great if you guys could talk about this particular technology or this particular thing or this particular food. And we'll be happy to talk about anything, really.
Pizza.
So, pizza. Yeah. Spicy pizza.
Yeah. I believe our official hashtag is MasalaIT.
That's right.
If you just post something with that hashtag, we'll notice it.
Yeah.
That's another way to, if you don't know how to get a hold of us, which we're about to tell you. My name is Prayer. My hashtag on Twitter is ITPrayer.
And I'm Harjit, and my Twitter handle is @Hoorge, HOORGE. So.
And if you decide to try Sriracha or the other sauce, that is completely at your own risk. You cannot blame us if anything happens.
You're on your own, buddy.
Harjit's talking to me, not to you.
Not to you.
About it. So there we go.
All right. It's been great.
Yep. Talk to you later, dude.
Later. Cheers.
See ya.
Fork, fork, fork.